just want to say, Billy, thank you for that song. It's really wonderful. I've listened to it a few times. Like, wow, that's pretty incredible.
Thank you, brother.
I believe it was rather prophetic in how you wrote that song, because
When I wrote it, I was hoping.
And considering the times that we're living in right now, you may not even realize how powerful that song may end up being here in the very extreme near future.
We hope so, right? Yeah. I saw a meme on Truth the other day, and it said, Trump 2023. Who cares if it's not an election year? And I'm right. And I'm right with whoever that is.
Secondly, we know for a fact God operates in his timeline, not ours, right? So what's about to happen is going to happen in God's timeline. There's this thing called a black swan, and that black swan, it's the event that rarely, ever happens. But when it happens, it changes everything, right? So we're stepping potentially into a black swan event that no one foresees, because no one foresees that event coming, but God does, because that's in God's plan. And so God has a plan. We don't see it.
Right.
Because God's process of thinking is multiples higher. He's a creator, right? So his thoughts are so much higher than ours. And what's about to go down in our world is going to be biblical. And so that'll be a black swan event. No one sees it coming. And when it comes, it hits everybody. And everybody gets blindsided. And don't be surprised if Billy's song comes to fruition, only to be prophetic, what he wrote. And so, there is that case in the Supreme Court. No one's talking about it. But, if you've studied what I've talked about in regards to timelines, this is a fun time to talk about it, because it's a happy time. It's Christmas time here. We're stepping into it, even when Jesus wasn't born in December, more like September. But the point being is that we're still celebrating the birth of Christ. And so we're stepping into this historic time point. We know something's about to happen. We know we don't have into 2024, because that's an impossibility. And we know the United States was founded under God, right? So we have a covenant. The United States, like Israel, we're a covenant nation under God. All men are created equal. So how awesome a time to be living in, that we're about to see historic things unfold. The Supreme Court case, no one's talking about it, but the timelines are mind-blowing. This is freakish, okay? They received the case on Rosh Hashanah, Friday, the 24th of September, or is it 23rd? But into the weekend, that's into Rosh Hashanah weekend. No one saw it, and no one even expected it, because it wasn't until Hypnotic November hit when we found out about what happened in September, and then what happened in October. What happened in October? The case miraculously was what? Docketed on the date that we've talked about in all the shows, 10/24. How incredible is this that's going down in our world?
Right.
So it just shows you God is hand on everything that's happening in front of us, right in front of us, because God's the creator of all things. What did he do? He created the end from the beginning. Go read Daniel 2. So all I'm saying is, historic days are ahead, so we got 9/24, 10/24, we got 12/24 coming, and then we got January 24th, and then the case is supposed to be, they're supposed to say something about it potentially in January 6th. The case is supposed to be heard, or a decision or something, anytime between today, tomorrow, into January 6th. How freaky crazy is this? All of this stuff is just happening right in front of us.
Right.
And the reason I'm pointing this out is because Silver is about to embark on a biblical breakout of historic magnitudes. And I've stated on Elijah's stream, and you guys can go from here, but I've stated on Elijah's stream last year that the day Silver breaks out and it leaps vertical and it explodes, that's the day that the new era will be birthed. And the system we know comes to an end. And we are this close from that going down.
You do not want to miss this incredible interview. Click the link below and enjoy the interview.